My name is Aiman Akid bin Ramzan. I'm going to present about consumer demand. What is consumer demand? Consumer demand is the willingness and the ability of buyers to purchase different quantities of a good at different prices during a specific period of time. The law of demand states that if the price of good rises, the quantity demanded of the good falls, and if the price of the good falls, the quantity demanded of the good rises. Ceteris paribus. Next, we move to the importance of the demand. As we can see, when a consumer or a customer wants a thing or a good, they will eventually find it on the market that is supplied by the producers. Next, demand also is important to religion, culture, and politics. Efforts are made to meet the demand of various commodities at the time of various social and religious celebration. Why demand decrease when the price goes up? It is basically because of the law of diminishing marginal utility. People substitute lower priced goods for higher priced goods. When the utility of a product decreases, as consumption increases, consumers are willing to pay less for more of it. Let's move to change in quantity demand versus change in demand. So, as you can see, a motion from one point on the same demand curve to another induced by a change in the price of the good is referred to as a change in quantity demand. Meanwhile, a shift in the demand curve indicates a change in demand. There are 5 factors that affect the demand, which is income, preferences, price of related goods, number of buyers, and future of expectation price.
The definition of price elasticity of demand is to measure the responsiveness of quantity demanded to price changes. We can also use formula to calculate the price elasticity of demand, which is the change in quantity demanded divided by the change in price. There are 5 types of degree of price elasticity. The first one is perfectly elastic, which means that a small change in price will result a large change in quantity demanded. The second one is elastic, which means that the change in price is less than the change in quantity demanded. The third one is unit elastic, which means the change in price is equals to the change in quantity demanded. The fourth one is inelastic, which means the change in price is more than the change in quantity demanded. And the last one is perfectly inelastic, which means any change in price does not affect the quantity demanded, and the quantity demanded will remain unchanged. Main factors that affect the price elasticity of demand, which is the availability of substitute, time, percentage of one's budget, and necessities of the goods. There are 2 types of theory, which is cardinal utility theory and ordinal utility theory. Cardinal utility theory assumes that we can assign value for utility, for example, like derive 100 utils from eating a slice of pizza. Next is the ordinal utility theory does not assign values. Instead, work with a ranking of preferences. For example, like rational human beings will choose to maximize the utility by selecting the highest utility. Next, we move on to the determinants of consumer choice. There are 5 determinants. The first one is disposable income. As the workers' wages rises, it will create a large spending. The second one is income per capita. As the population increases, the income measurements will also increases. The third one is income inequality. Economy does not benefit as much when increases go towards high income earners. The fourth one is the level of household debt. High healthcare costs are one of the biggest causes of overwhelming debt. And the last one is consumer expectations. Consumer will increase their purchase as inflation is expected to be high in the future.
Hi Professor and everyone, my name is Chan Wei Zhong with matrix number 286693. I'm going to present you all with the respondent background for those who have participated in the survey. Firstly, the pie chart will show the gender distribution of respondents. So by looking to the pie chart, 63.3% equivalent to 19 respondents are female, followed by 36.7% equivalent to 11 respondents are male. Thus, we can conclude that the majority of respondents involved in the survey are female. Next, the pie chart will indicate the ethnicity of respondents. According to the pie chart, 46.7% or 14 respondents are Malay, followed by 30% or 9 respondents are Chinese. Besides, we have 16.7% or 5 respondents are Indian. Lastly, 6.7% or 2 respondents are from other ethnicity, namely Siamese or Punjabi. As a result, we can say that the most of the respondents are Malay. The pie chart will illustrate the age distribution of the respondent. By looking to the pie chart, 80% equivalent to 24 respondents were below 30. Next, 6.7% or true respondents were between 31 to 40. Besides, 3.3% or 1 respondent was between 41 to 50. And last, 10% or 3 respondents were above 50. Therefore, we can conclude that majority of the respondents are below 30.
My name is Pavitra Subramaniam, metric number 288249. I'm going to present about consumer behavior, part B, and half of the part C. Figure 1 shows the relationship between consumer behavior and the number of respondents. For the statement, I prefer purchase goods or products depending on their brands, 9 respondents strongly agree, 8 respondents moderate, 7 respondents agree, 6 respondents disagree, and none of them strongly disagree. Consumers believe that the brand is trustworthy if the brand they purchase regularly providing them satisfaction. For the statement, even if the price is high, I'm glad if I can buy branded goods, 1 respondent strongly disagree, 6 respondents agree while another 6 respondents disagree, 7 respondents strongly agree, 10 respondents moderate. According to psychology, consumers feel better about themselves when they can purchase expensive branded goods. For the statement, if my income rises, I will increase my purchases of goods, 5 respondents strongly agree, while another 5 respondents disagree, 6 respondents moderate, 14 respondents agree. This good considered as normal good, and those who disagree might be focusing on their savings. For the statement, if the price of good is low, I will increase my purchases, 5 respondents disagree, 6 respondents strongly agree, 7 respondents moderate, 12 respondents agree. This is because the product would be cheaper and do not exceed the purchasing power. For the statement, I prefer buy goods online rather than in a person, 2 respondents strongly disagree, 4 respondents agree, 5 respondents strongly agree while another 5 respondents disagree, 14 respondents moderate. Based on the data given by government, most of the people prefer online shopping since there's a variety of options and can save time. Those who disagree might concern about their safety and security of personal information. For this statement, purchasing goods online is more convenient and cost-effective. 1 respondent strongly disagree, 3 respondents strongly agree, 4 respondents disagree, 8 respondents moderate, 14 respondents agree. Because there is availability of accessing and reading the information. Let's move to consumer behavior part C. Good A refer to I am goreng McDonald. Good B refer to I am goreng KFC. 16 respondents agree, 8 respondents strongly agree, 4 respondents moderate, 2 respondents disagree, and none of them strongly disagree with the statement, if the price of A falls by 50%, I will purchase it. 11 respondents disagree, 7 respondents agree, 5 respondents moderate, while another 5 respondents strongly agree, 2 respondents strongly disagree with the statement, if the price of A is high, I will still purchase it. In my opinion, some of the respondents giving priority to quality and preference, while another giving priority to savings.
Based on the statement, if the price of B rises by 50%, I will purchase A. There are 50 respondents agree, 7 moderate, 5 strongly agree, and 3 disagree. It shows that these goods are substitute considering the fact good A fulfill the same basic purpose of good B. In addition, there are 11 respondents agree, 10 moderate, 5 disagree, and 4 strongly agree that they will buy good A if their income goes up by 50%. Consumers may be wealthy enough to afford products that were previously impossible. As their income rises, making these goods considered normal goods. The survey for the statement that they will purchase good A and B if their income increases 50% displays 9 respondents agree, 7 strongly agree, 6 for moderate and disagree, while 2 strongly disagree. With an increase in income, taste and expectations shift as well. Based on the survey that my group did, we understand that consumer behavior changes over the time because of continually changing factors like income, age, education, and fashion. Consumer behavior is always unique because it is based on the individual's characteristic and everyone has different wants and needs. For most, the consumer behavior trend has shifted dramatically during the pandemic. Due to the pandemic, government is enforcing movement control orders, which have caused 5,800 households to switch from M40 to B40. Not only that, in November 2021, the unemployment rate was 4.5% and indirectly, it affected the income of a family. Even though the income of the family went down, demand for face masks and sanitizers consistently increased. These days, consumers also prefer online shopping to prevent them from COVID-19, but still older people prefer offline shopping due to they don't have that much knowledge to access the website or app. Because of these kinds of situation, stores also prepare facilities as consumers' preference. We believe that consumer behavior started to change due to their decrease in COVID-19 cases.